Okay, so get this. We're diving deep into, this personal development plan today. And let me tell you, this document, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Really.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like just like a to-do list or something. It's
Right.
like a full-on map
Yeah.
for like growing in all parts of your life.
Mhm.
What really, really got me though was how it like mixes stuff together that you wouldn't normally think about together. You know what I
Like
mean?
what?
Like budgeting, right, and creative thinking.
Huh. Well, that is interesting. Yeah, the document does sort of emphasize how all these different areas they kind of connect.
Right.
And it's arguing that personal growth, you can't just think about it in one area.
Hmm.
You got to look at the whole picture because each part, it affects and helps the other parts grow stronger too.
Totally. And, you've got these 5 key areas, right? There's mindfulness, emotional intelligence, financial literacy, physical well-being, and then continuous learning.
Okay.
I mean, mindfulness and finances,
Hmm.
really.
Yeah, well, at first glance, it does seem kind of like, oh, apples and oranges,
Yeah.
right? But the document, it makes a strong argument for how they're actually really connected.
Okay, how so?
Well, think about it, right? When you're stressed about money, it can really mess with your head.
No, totally.
Yeah, you can't think straight. But when you practice mindfulness,
Hmm.
being present in the moment, noticing your thoughts and feelings, but without judging them,
Yeah.
you can approach those money decisions with more awareness,
Mhm.
and you're less likely to just react emotionally.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
So mindfulness basically helps you think more clearly and make better choices,
Yeah.
not just go with your gut.
Exactly.
Okay. What about the other areas? Anything in there that kind of stood out to you?
I was really interested in the link between emotional intelligence and physical well-being. We always talk about the physical stuff like eating right and working out and sleep.
Yeah, the basics.
But your document, it highlights the role that emotions play in all that too.
Right, because you've got that whole section on managing stress and focusing on like positive emotions, right?
Right.
I'm curious, when you were putting this together, did any particular strategies or techniques really speak to you?
You know what? The way the document talks about stepping out of your comfort zone, that was really fascinating to me. It's not about being reckless or taking crazy risks. It's more about like intentionally pushing yourself a little bit, but in a way that aligns with what you want to achieve.
I see.
It even suggests, breaking down those big goals, the ones that feel impossible, into smaller steps that you could actually manage.
That's a great point. It's like, reminds me of something I struggle with, actually. I tend to get overwhelmed by like the whole huge picture,
Yeah.
and then I end up procrastinating.
Yeah, I get that.
But your document, it's like, it encourages you to like celebrate the small wins you make along the way.
Hmm.
And that can be so motivating.
Oh, absolutely. When you recognize and celebrate your progress, even if it's tiny, it makes you want to keep going.
Totally.
It builds momentum
Right.
towards those bigger goals.
It's a good reminder that personal development, it's not like a magical overnight thing. It's a journey.
It is, yeah.
Speaking of which, your document also talks about getting feedback and how important that is for growth.
Oh, that's so important. And, we often try to avoid feedback,
Oh, sure.
but it gives you a fresh perspective, right,
Mhm.
from the outside. And it helps you see your blind spots and areas where you can improve.
Yeah.
Your document even suggests some specific ways to go about getting feedback,
Really?
like asking friends you trust or mentors
Okay.
for their honest opinions.
That's super helpful because sometimes you need someone else's perspective to really see things clearly,
Yeah.
things you might have missed on your own.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so we've covered a lot here. Mindfulness, emotional intelligence, stepping out of your comfort zone, asking for feedback. It's obvious you've put a ton of thought into this plan.
And it's a plan that's really designed to help you grow in every part of your life.
Mm-hmm.
And what's really impressive is it doesn't just, throw these ideas at you. It actually gives you practical strategies.
Right.
And it really stresses how important it is to reflect on yourself, on your own process.
So as we wrap up, what's the one big thing you'd want our listener to take away from this today?
I think the main takeaway is that personal development, it's an ongoing journey of discovering yourself. It's
Yeah.
about understanding how all the different parts of your life connect and fit together. And it's about committing to always learning, growing, and getting better. And remember, you don't have to do everything all at once.
Right.
Start small, celebrate those wins, and just keep moving forward.
I love that. So to our listener, keep exploring, keep pushing yourself, and most importantly, keep celebrating all those victories, big or small. Until next